anywhere, cause God is here. Prayer warriors take the field. There's no fear. We not going anywhere, cause God is here. Yeah. What? What? What?
Whoa, what's up, everybody? It's the homie, Bank Boy Recite. I'm here with the homie, the legendary, the man, right here in the flesh, the homie, Versatile, aka V Storm. We right here on the lakefront in New Orleans. You done came all the way down from Atlanta, man. You've been showing a ton of love, bro. Tell us about this journey of your music and how it got started, V.
Man, actually, man, I was in the circular realm for a minute, man. Doing music with a couple of my friends like 2 Chainz and Pastor Troy and Lil Jon Eastside Boy. Had a chance to sign with Def Jam South at one point in time in my life, but I didn't do it. About 3 years ago, man, the journey took me. I was at this gospel conference, man. I just went through a whole life-changing storm, man. Like I went through marriage and divorce, and I turned around, I had cancer, I beat cancer, then I turned around and lost my son, bro, from violence. And violence had happened to me too when I was younger, like 18 years old, kind of changed my career and my whole, everything, my basketball career. I had a promising basketball career, and I got shot up. So this always been in my mind, embedded about my movement and talking to kids and stuff about choices and stuff and violence, because violence changed my life. So when I lost my son, it was just automatically like, man, I was ready to go retaliate and do some things that I shouldn't be doing. But God got on me. I think my son death brought me closer to God. Just looking at the outcome of where I'm at, my grace of what God put me in, put on my spirit, he came to me and told me he wanted me to rap and sing for him. When I was at that gospel conference in Mississippi 3 years ago. And immediately I went to the car and wrote my first gospel song called Jesus. And then before I came home from the trip, I had wrote like 7 gospel songs. Within 1 year, I ended up recording and writing over 125 gospel songs. So then I knew the enlightenment was, this is what I'm supposed to have been doing, basically being a vessel for God, serving my people, my community, doing things for the culture, using my testimonies and what I had been through. Because like I said, I've been through some adversaries as a young man, and for me to be standing in front of you guys now and talking to you guys is just the grace of God that he had on my life.
That's what's up, V, man. You got a real testimony, brother, and giving your life over to God isn't something easy for somebody to do, bro.
Exactly.
Talk about that, man. When did you make that decision to give your life over to God? And how difficult or how easy was it for you?
Well, I could say that I actually had a meeting with God when I was 18 years old when I got shot with the AK-47, because he actually got me off that table. So I got praying mom and daddy, but God actually got me off that table, and that was probably when he showed me his grace. Now, I'm not gonna say that's when I went to God and I was to God, because I had to still go through this journey of trials and tribulations and, growing into being a man of God. So all that time I was kind of running. I was running, but God was after me, and when I finally surrendered to him, that's when I kind of seen my life kind of changing. He started being better situations for me. He started separating me from bad energy, putting me around positive energy. And that's what I needed at the time, because like I said, I had went through some things that really tore my spirit up, tore my faith up, and just tore me up, period. Like I said, I lost my son from somebody murdered him, somebody took his life. So I'm like, I had questions with God, because I'm like, I got shot up and violence happened to me, but God left me here. So I had a question in my mind, like, God, why you take my son and left me here? Because he never had a chance to have his first car. He never had a chance to have a child, a family, his first job. He never just got the chance to live life, period, in this worldly world. So, I look at it a lot of like the worldly way that got us all in diversity, got us all doing things to each other. We following these evil laws. we've been trained in our culture mindset to do these certain things, and that's not a God, you know. So when I realized, man, God is the ultimate way to everything, that's in my formula. I put him first, and I started praying and building a relationship with God. And I tell kids and young people and all people, you got to build a relationship with God, and the only way you can do that is start praying and get on your knees and build a relationship with him. And that's what's going to protect you out here in this worldly way, because the devil is adamant in taking us out. This worldly way is designed to kill us all out, make us not believe in the spiritual man, and the Holy Ghost, and God, you know. So that's why I'm out here doing this Stop the Violent movement. I got God in my formula though, so it's bigger than a Black Lives Matter. I'm putting God first in all the formula, trying to put spiritual guidance back into the youth, into the young people. So I'm outside, man. I got a street ministry. I got V-Storm, Start the Violent Movement. I got V-Storm, the artist, which I am. I got VTM Productions. I do events and stuff for other gospel artists and artists and stuff like that. But mainly, man, my outreach is to reach the youth, go outside, you know, because Jesus did most of his work outside the temple, and go out here and reach some of these people that's lost.
Bro, that's big, V. Like, most street cats coming from where you come from won't be able to find God going through all of the turmoil you went through with losing a son, being shot yourself, you know, having success in life prior to all of the violence coming in, then kind of making a decision to say, okay, I'm gonna live for a purpose, man.
Yes.
Can you define to me and the listeners out there how that transition was for you? I know you were speaking on like, listen, man, I made that transition, but for a lot of people, it's not easy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They got to give up a lot of things, man. They got to put boundaries in their life.
Yes.
They actually got to commit to something greater than them.
Yes.
What was that transition like for you, bro? And how is it today? Because I know the devil working 10 times as hard as the Lord.
Yes.
You know, so how did you stay faithful to the Lord Jesus Christ? And what was that transition like for you, coming from where you came from?
Well, coming from where I came from, so basically I realized what I was going through was spiritual warfare. So when I was born to be this king that I am. But see, it's a lot of young men that's born to be kings, but the devil's mission is to stop them from seeing their purpose and understanding who they are. So the transition, it was hard, but when I started to think about just common sense and using my knowledge and wisdom, I'm like, it makes so much sense. I'm out here rapping and using my gift with my tongue, but I'm promoting violence, I'm promoting pornography, I'm promoting all this stuff that I'm making my culture still want to do. You know, I can make a song to make somebody want to go out here and kill somebody, or make a song they want to bust somebody in the head with a bottle in the club, and I'm like, that's not what I'm supposed to be using my tongue for. Because everybody understand your tongue is a powerful thing. You use your tongue for prayer. You know, that's the most strongest and the most best connection we got in the world to transpire just positive energy. So once I realized that, in that transition from being in the circular world and then start finding my spiritual man. That's what I call it, my spiritual man, because it's God, it's Jesus, then it's the Holy Ghost, which is a spiritual. And all of us is spiritual, 100% spiritual. It's not no black, white, Mexican, none of those kind of racist issues, because when you think about it, we all are spirit, and spirit has no color. So, but I do know my history. And it's like, we out here just killing each other over material, over this, you know. But you selling our souls to the devil for material. I mean, I like nice things, but I knew I had to go out here and work for it too. You know, you see, I got Gucci on and blinged up, but God gave me all this. So I ain't have to go out here and sell my soul to the devil to kill out my own brothers or something to get something to make me look good. This don't make me though. You know what I'm saying? I make it, you know, it's just like money. Money don't make me. I go and I make money, you know what I'm saying? Let you be the person to make the money. Why would I sell drugs and kill out my people? And I had to start thinking about, I'm out here selling drugs, I'm killing off my people, you know, I'm doing some things that I shouldn't be doing, you know what I'm saying? And it just didn't make any sense to me. So then I started using my life as the yay. I'm the bubble up, you know, if I could take $40 and put in my gas can in my truck or my car and go to work and make $1,500, I just flipped my life. You know, I flipped my life like the Yay. That was the bubble up. I don't have to go invest, you know, buy crack, bubble it up, cut it up to double up and double my money. You know what I'm saying? So I started just visualizing that transition, and I'm like, I'm gonna let God use me. I went hard when I was in the street, but if I went hard in the streets for what I was doing, I definitely would go hard for God. You know what I'm saying? Cause He wakes us up every day. He wake me up. So it's like, yeah, man, you got to think about it, man. We all know God because He wakes you up, but did you build a relationship with Him? That's the main thing, man. And I'm just out here trying to put the spiritual guidance back into all people, not just the youth, just people, period. You need to start taking your children back to church, taking your children around some kind of spiritual God, and sit down and have a conversation with your children about God. Tell your children what God did for you. You know, because we all got testimonies. We all have been through. It's not what you go through, it's how you handle it. But you got to teach and reach. Kids got to stop disrespecting the elders. You know, it's just too much going on, brother. You know, and that's why I feel like God using me as a vessel, man. He gave me this wisdom and gave me the life too. I experienced these things I'm talking about. I'm not just talking about it because I'm just talking about it. I experienced being shot up myself. I experienced having disease on my body. I experienced a marriage and divorce. I experienced burying my son for murder. I experienced having a child put on me that wasn't mine and took him out of foster care. I experienced all these things. I experienced being a basketball star one time in my life, and then that dream didn't come true. You know, I've experienced it. I've seen it, you know. But I'm just truly blessed, man, to be right here in front of y'all to show y'all the grace that God has put on my life.
It is a blessing. We out here on the lakefront arena out here in New Orleans with V Storm, you know what I'm saying? Speaking of the name V Storm, how did you come up with that and what's behind the meaning of that name, V Storm?
V Storm actually, first of all, my artist name when I first started in Circle Run, they call me Versatile. Versatile means adapt to any situation at any given time. So a lot of people start trying to call themselves versatile. You know how it be. So God changed me to this logo with the V Storm. I don't actually have nothing on me to show y'all the picture, but you know, V Storm is like it's a tornado with a V. So God changed me to this logo, and then He told me what the acronym of V Storm stand for, which is Versatile, Son of the Original Real Messiah. So you know, God got millions and thousands of names. So I call Him Messiah. But I'm the son of God, and we all are sons of God. We all are children of Him. So that would give me my power. So once He changed me into this logo, V Storm is actually like a tornado, and you know, tornado is unpredictable weather. It goes through and destroys everything in its path, and then after it does that, people you have to rebuild whatever it tore up. So God put that on me, made me be this spiraling spiritual tornado wind of light coming through, and I'm tearing down all the cultural mindsets and tearing down all the evil laws and the things we have been praising and worshiping and thinking this way it is. We killing each other and all that, and I'm taking that and I'm rebuilding. I'm tearing it all down and trying to rebuild back into my community, back into my culture, back into just earthly spirits, period, just life, just all cultures. We need to just start loving because God is a love, not hate. So the acronym of V-Storm is, like I said, Versatile, Son of the Original Real Messiah. And He just gave me that power. He put that logo on me. He just gave me this vision. And man, I've been marching ever since.
Word. I feel that. I like that. I love that. I like that. You know, I like how you went from versatile. That was your past life. You know what I'm saying? The street life to V Storm. And I like the acronym. Can you repeat that acronym for me one time?
Versatile, Son of the Original Real Messiah.
Son of the Original Real Messiah.
Yes.
That's what's out.
Yeah, the real God.
I feel that. So let me ask you, right now we have a crossover in music right now where it's like rap music versus righteous music. We got an artist in the city of New Orleans by the name of D1.
Yes.
He's been advocating for more positive messages to come out in music. And there's been a little bit of kickback. Yeah. Some people say, oh man, rap is this and it could be that. It doesn't have to be this, it's art.
Yeah.
How do you define your art? Do you label it as rap music, gospel music? And what's the difference to you when it comes to your message in the music, and why is it important for you to have your message out there to the world?
Well, you know, I feel like my music is like, it's enlightening. It's kind of like Tupac. When you think about Tupac, because he was my favorite artist too, by the way. Tupac was versatile. He can hit you in every direction with storytelling, real life fact. Brenda got a baby. You know, there's a lot of his songs. Dear Mama. A lot of his songs were very positive. Then he had songs that he retaliated on where he went through in his life and adversities. So with me being versatile from day one, that was kind of like my music. I can hit every direction. So it was like once I got into the gospel, it was like, man, I'm taking my testimonies now and spin it in the gospel. But what makes me different is I grew up from hip hop. See, I listen to music. I love music, all genres of music, you know. And what makes me different is I take my testimony in my life and I switch the hip hop music that these youth listen to and I put God on there to show them that this sounds just as good with rapping some real lyrics though, some real knowledge. If you listen to my music, you're gonna catch something in there. You're gonna be able to take something home. You're gonna be able to take something to your family or your children. You're gonna be able to know that, man, God is on that boy. You heard what he said? Because you're gonna hear history in my music. You're gonna hear just being in the streets in my music. You're gonna hear the pain in my music from my trials and my tribulations. You're gonna hear the testimonies, and it's powerful because right now it is crossing over. The world is crossing over because this music that they're listening to is designed to kill them out. You know, put them in prison. They out here talking about just killing one another. They promoting the girls with pornography. You know, it's just all slandering to us as a culture. And that's why it's a setup. You know, it's a setup. They put them out here and they get them millions of these dollars to make them look like this is what it is. And these other kids want to mimic that because they want the money. Everybody want the money. Everybody need money to survive.
Right.
But they out here trying to mimic something that's going out here actually, these folks are just rapping that. They not actually doing that. Most of your celebrity is not about their life. You know what I'm saying? But they rapping that and they getting that money because they promoting that for us and other kids and youth to go out here and start killing each other and doing it so they can go to them prisons that they own. You got to think about it's a game. You got all these prisons set up, designed for them to be filled up. So guess what gonna fill them prisons up? The music that we listen to, the thing that you intake into your spirit. So these children intaking all this in their spirit, guess what? They're gonna start doing what they listen to and what they see and what they follow. So guess what? Now the prison's getting filled up, and not only the prison, the funeral home. So who own the prisons? Who own the prisons? That's what you gotta think about. Do we as colored people own prisons?
No, we don't own prisons, and some people will, oh well, Michael Jordan owns a prison, but that's just one out of the hundreds of prisons we have throughout the United States. And it's funny you should say that because the growth of hip hop came with the growth of the prison system.
Yes.
You know, and people don't believe that music can inspire you to do great things or it can inspire you to go to war. Like, back in the days, the soldiers used to march to the beat of a drum.
Yes.
That's a tune.
Yes.
So music that doom, doom, doom,
Yes.
doom, doom, that got the soldiers' minds
Exactly.
focused on battle.
Exactly.
And it's the same, in my opinion, it's the same thing with music when we dealing with our
It
youth.
is.
The music can have your mind focused
Yep.
on battle or can have your mind focused on doing
Yeah.
positive things.
Because a lot of the music, they like the beat. They don't really like
Yeah.
the lyric. It just be the beat.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I take that same music and I flip it. And show them that, yeah, you like that beat. I'm going to show you how I can make this song for God and you're going to like it too. But at the same time, you got to think about hip hop. When we first started hip hop was all, that's all we was talking about was getting out the struggle, getting out the trap. You know, songs like Self-Destruction, you got to think about KRS-One. You know,
Yes, Fight the Power.
Fight the Power. All that stuff was like for us to get out of the situation of being in the trap.
Mm-hmm.
You know, coming together as our people. And see, once they seen we had that strength of you know, that empowerment, they started manipulating us and they started changing what they want to be hip hop. You know, hip hop was basically designed for us to get out the streets, to fight for our people and change over for being in the trap. You know what I'm saying? For us to come together. But they changed hip hop and they started putting all the violence and everything in it. And you know, violence ain't just the shooting each other and stabbing each other. You got all kind of violence. It's domestic violence. You got mental. You got people, the way you treat one another, disrespecting your parents. You know, the thoughts in your head when you want to go do something to somebody, you robbing people, you doing stuff for money. That's violence. And see, God is of love, not hate. And if you knew anything of your spiritual guidance of God, people wouldn't be doing half of the stuff they out here doing in the world. So I'm just trying to make them understand the love of God is not, don't be scared to love God. Don't be scared to acknowledge God. Because people start talking about God, you see people leave the room. You know what I'm saying? That's how food we have been, food in our culture.
I hear you on that. And I was listening to some of your music as we was on our way over here. You was letting me, I heard I was thinking to myself, I was like, wow, you know, we remember Lil Wayne remixing everybody's songs,
Yeah.
you know, kind of turning them to his own songs. And then I got a glimpse of you doing it, and you're taking hip hop beats, hip hop themes with rap songs we grew up to or we're listening to today, and you're remixing them into a positive message.
Amen.
Talk about that for me, bro. Where did you get that idea, that concept from, and how is it working for you?
You know, what the funny thing was, when I was in the circular realm, I used to do that a lot. So it's really easy for me. But it's like, God did it, man. You know, God gave me that, he gave me that vision with it. And that what separated me. You know what I'm saying? But my music is just, that's my therapy.
Mm-hmm.
My music was like what saved me. Music saved my life. When I was in them streets, what really saved my life was the music. When I took that dope money and invested and bought that studio equipment, it got me out of the streets because I started trying to envision in my dream of being something. And I always wanted to leave a legacy. I always wanted to be somebody. I had a great father that set a perfect example for me. He was my ghetto hero. My dad in front of projects, he was one of the first black firemen officers in Gwinnett County in my city in Atlanta, where there was a lot of racism going on. He was the only black, and he made it out the projects and became successful. And also my dad actually was baptized by the real Dr. Martin Luther King too. So that's kind of part of my story and my legacy and everything. And that's why I talk about Martin Luther King a lot, because he got 1 million men behind him. And
Wow.
I know that he talked about the same thing that I'm really on and what I feel in my heart, but he also was a pastor. And people fail to realize that, how did he get 1 million men behind him? He had to have God in that formula. He couldn't do it by himself. And I feel like anything and everything in this world today, we need to put God first and in that formula, because that's where it comes. It's God first and then the rest. You know, and once you realize that people start following that, your life will change. It'll be better energy around you and your families. You know, we got to stop hating each other. We got to start holding on to grudges. When one person got a situation with another person, y'all need to learn how to, man, get what? Let's learn how to forgive. Forgive come with apologizing. That goes together sometimes. Instead of, now you want to kill him, he come back and kill them. Now you going to kill his mama. Now and it just keep going on and on. When you could have just solved that problem, and it all of it over some foolishness. Something she said or he said, just some foolish, man. When you look at a probably like the murder rate or what happened to this person, what happened to this person, all of it really foolish, man. And nobody's life is worth being took. Nobody had the right to take nobody's life. You know, self-defense, and I understand that too. But, you know, when it just come down to you just out here doing devious things when you outside,
Right.
when you going outside, you supposed to be outside putting in some kind of work for the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, uplifting yourself, finding your identity, learning how to be a responsible adult in this world, especially y'all children. Y'all need to be going back to take care of your mamas and your aunties and your little brothers and sisters, not putting them in harm's way because you don't went outside here and did something, and then your whole family affected by that sin you just made and committed. You know, and that's another thing, man. Now to think about, we calling each other rats. You know what I'm saying? All this foolishness.
Yeah.
What is a rat?
Let's talk about that, you know, because some of these things that go on in our community, it takes a community effort to stop it.
Yeah.
but we have a stop snitching culture in our community.
Yeah.
We have a bias towards the church and
Yeah.
politics.
Yeah.
Um, and some people may have logical reasons. Their philosophies in life may fit certain
Yeah.
narratives. But let's talk about this no snitching policy and how it affects us in our community. And what's your stance on it? And what is snitching to you? Because in my opinion, hey, look, if we go rob a bank together, right?
Yeah.
Everybody gets away, but I get caught and I tell on us, that's snitching.
Exactly.
But if I'm sitting on my porch and a drive-by shooting just happened in front of my face,
Yeah.
I had nothing to do with that. And now I cooperate with the police, the authorities, and help them solve the case. The neighborhood's calling me a rat. The neighborhood calling me a snitch. So that's my definition of it. But what's your philosophy on that? And what can we do as a community to kind of get away from that stereotype?
Well, I got several different examples of that. Now the one that you said, like you was sitting on the porch and somebody got killed or whatever, and you said you seen that and you didn't go tell that, but you seen it happen. You got to think about that could be your family member that was just got laid on that ground, your mama, your daddy, your auntie, cousin, brother, whoever. So you got to put that in your culture first. The other thing is, you said going to rob a bank. See, when you know God and the things that I'm trying to put back into the culture, spiritual guides and things of God, you ain't gonna be doing none of them kind of things and they're asking to get you in that situation. And as far as another example that I had for the snitching, so you got four guys in the car, say for instance, it's four of us in the car, we ride on a mission. Okay, we get to the mission, we go in, mission, Tito kill this person. Now the mission was like, we not gonna shoot nobody, do nothing. But Tito ended up killing this man. We rides off. Now the other three guys in the car, we ain't pulled no trigger, but we was in on that mission, right? But guess what? We all murderers too, especially if we don't tell. And we taking that same sin that Tyrone did went in there and killed this man to our families. So my mama affected by it, my dad affected by it, my little brothers, my whoever. Because now it's a sin that's on me that can transpire and take out 10 more people that's in my family. The other guy, 10 more in his family. So get what? That one sin, the devil don't fool us in one sin that took out 50 people. 50 people just got took out by that one sin. But the hero is the one that's gonna just tell the truth. Cause he's gonna say the one that murdered somebody before he won't do it again. Cause see if he got away with it, get what? He gonna do it again. He gonna think it's cool to do it. Yeah, so like that one sin that was committed, right, has been took back to all these other people. So now it's like 50 people affected by this one sin. Not only that, the person that did that, you know, he gonna end up doing it again if he get away with it. So the one that you saying rat because that one of them ones that was in that car out of them three want to tell what happened because he don't want to go to jail the rest of his life. He might have made a bad choice and got in that car just to following somebody, you know, because that peer pressure. You don't want to do no 30, 40 years of your life for something you didn't do because you didn't pull the trigger. But guess what? You was in that car on that mission. That's how they railroad us to get 5, 6, 7 of y'all locked up at one time. So they start making us call each other rats, so we'll be so foolish to not know the rat really the hero. Because if the rat tell, get what? He's saving the guy's life that did that crime, so he won't do it again. He's saving his own life and everybody's life in that car. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the devil has fooled us to stop wanting to be heroes anymore. Stop wanting to be Martin Luther Kings and Malcolm X. You don't see nobody trying to stand up for their culture no more. They think it's funny, they laughing. You laughing when people go on the ground. You making songs about putting your own people on a t-shirt. You know, so I make an example with even my kid, you know, and I'm gonna start doing this and more. I'm gonna start putting people pictures on t-shirts that's alive and wear their shirt and put rest in peace with their face on there so they can see how you think they feel. How you think
Wow.
that's somebody mama, that's somebody brother, that's somebody brother, that's somebody uncle, that's somebody dad, that's somebody that means value to this life. All life is valuable. So that's how my scenario of that. If you knew God, you wouldn't be doing the situation to do. And I understand people is in poverty, so we go out here to try to survive. But we shouldn't be in that situation if we marched about what's really right with these evil laws. Because hey, it got a lot to do with our culture. It got a lot to do with why we do what we do. You know what I'm saying? But we got to realize our history. This is still slavery because they just enslave us to do it to ourselves.
Yes.
So that's foolishness. But the kids don't want to hear that. They don't, because they don't know nothing about that. A lot of them don't know nothing about God because their parents not putting that in their formula no more. My grandma took us to church. That's how I knew any piece about some God, and my mama told me about God, and she was praying, mama. That was valuable to me. Because now I understand if I ain't have my mom and my dad, I got a father to turn to, which we all got, that we need to build a relationship with. So when times get so tough, because people, you lose your parents too. Guess who you gonna turn to when your parents gone? You still got a father that's forever living. And you can live forever by just giving your life to Christ, you know? And I just look at that situation, man, as just stupid foolishness. Like I say, man, let's be heroes again, man. I'm out here, I'm a hero in my city. What I'm doing, man, I ain't scared to die about God. You know, if I'm gonna go hard out here about some foolishness, I might well go hard for God. And that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm lining it up. Everywhere I go, I'm going crazy about it. And cause he's on me, man. That man got me out the table. Like I said, I had 4 stage cancer on my body. God got me out and pulled that off me, man. I ain't even have no I ain't have no health insurance, man. God gave me a whole grant, man. I had like $3 million worth of medical on me, man. And I'm sitting right here in front of y'all right now to tell y'all these testimonies, because I know he real. I know he real, man. So that's why I'm just reaching back, man. I know my history. And I know what's really going on. My wisdom got me here. Just God, man. God got me here, man.
That's real, man. I never heard nobody put it that way, said that way when it comes from, a person who understands what the struggle is in a community. Do you think wisdom has come with your age, or has your age come with wisdom? I know that may sound like a little bit of a trick question, but what I mean about that is, did you get wiser because you got older, or or getting older force you to become wiser? In our community, and we'll jump into this part of the conversation, when we talking about the men, and you have the flag song, calling all the real men to the altar, and you're thanking God for blessing the fathers. How can a 20-year-old man acquire wisdom that a 40-year-old man is expressing? Because I think that if we start all the youngsters I ain't listening to Uncle, I ain't listening to the old heads. So, do you gain more wisdom in age, or do you gain more wisdom with trying to grow? Is the better way to put that question.
Well, first of all, age ain't nothing but a number.
Okay.
It goes back to the morals. A 20-year-old should be listening to a 40-some-year-old and telling them something, because you're supposed to respect your elders. God used people. Because, see, if I'm telling you something, first of all, I love you, because God is a love. So anything I do is love, out of love. So if I see a young man spiraling out of control and I tell him something, that's because I love him enough to try to give him that advice to try to save his life. Because what you doing, young man, I already did that. And I know the outcome of that. I got homies in the ground. I got homies in jail. I've seen, I've did it, I've experienced. I got bullets in my back right now. They say I'm gonna amputate my leg. I got hit with an AK-47, bro. Like, I know what the struggle is, but why do we have to keep doing what we doing? This not no game, people. You can't start your life over like on the PlayStation game. Y'all, you get wasted and you can start over and play again. No, when you lose your life is gone. Make something out of your life, man. Like, and it's for me to do that. If I gotta be an OG that I'm supposed to be, I'm gonna be that OG. I'm gonna be that role model. Mimic me. Mimic and follow where I'm finna go. so you could get to the promised land. Because that's my whole thing, to get to the promised land and to live forever. I ain't gonna never die. What God did with me and launched that legacy of this V-Star, I'm gonna live forever. When I go, it's still gonna be gone. And somebody else gonna grab that baton and keep marching. So I'm trying to pass a torch and light a torch that's, man, it's bigger than me. It's not about me. It's not about anything about me. It's about God. And that when you put that in your formula, anybody, you won't be in them type of troubles anymore. See, and that's what I didn't have. I didn't have nobody in my ear, spiritual guidance. My dad didn't really know about it too much. He didn't have the type of love. His father wasn't in his life. You know, God did it to him too. You know, but he was a great provider. He taught me things. But me and my dad is two different type of men. But that don't mean he's not a great man. You know, you got to learn how to teach and reach. And I'm talking to the men because we are the kings. We create the queen. We take care of the women and the children. We supposed to teach and reach them. Women shouldn't be taking care of men. And, you know, it's just a whole lot to go back into a concept about that, man, because it's just a lot even with the women, too. They do it to the men. They tear down their own kings. You know, they tear their kings down. You're not only tearing down your baby father, you're going to tear down your son. If you got a son by him, you're killing 2-3 men at one time out of your own culture because you've been fooled. To think because you got the better job, you got to look at what the black man we go through. We can't go out here and get the certain job. They don't want us to have them. And then you better look at AI. They about to take AI about to take over everything. You see them in the grocery store, robots. You see a robot building a house in 24 hours. You seeing a robot that can put sheetrock up now? Come on, man. Y'all better wake up, people. Support your people. Lift your people. You know, and the only way you're going to be able to do that is spiritually. And that's with God.
Word. So it's the way you approach how you address the other men in our community by using the word of God. How are people responding to you? Because they can see you with the watch, the rings, the chains, earrings, just looking, you're dressing like baby.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're dressing like the #1 stunner, but the message that comes out of your mouth may be a little bit confusing to some people. Like, oh, he looked like a gangster, he sound like a gangster, but when he breaks it all down, he's a man of God.
Yeah.
Talk about the image and talk about when you approach other men with this image, how do they respond to you?
Man, they respond to me so well because, see, I show them that God loves you. It don't matter about this. You can't judge a book by its cover and don't know the story on the inside of that book. Just like the Bible, if you're not trying to seek and find out what's in the Bible or the things about the scriptures or the new covenant or anything of that nature, how you gonna find it? But I guarantee you they gave you a treasure map and said it was $2 million, follow this map to find and navigate it. You gonna try to seek that $2 million. The same way that you want to do it for some money, you need to do that for God. And God is the money. God will give you everything you ask him for. Build a relationship with him. I'm the living proof of it. He gave me the disguise because he want me to be able to go back outside and grab him. You know, but I've been in them trenches though. So I can talk about it because I did it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the perfect example to do it. Like, why wouldn't I do it? Like, why would I just keep saying back and I know, man, that ain't what it is. I see y'all just not even looking in the mirror, man. Some of y'all need to just look in the mirror and ask one question. Am I doing something relevant in the world to change the world? Am I doing something to change my family, the way my family living, to get us out of poverty? Am I doing something of the will to love and on God? Am I worshiping the devil? Am I putting my time and effort into foolishness? And when you look in that mirror, it gonna tell you who you is.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody gotta look in that mirror. Your whole purpose is going out here to find out your identity. See, I didn't know my identity at first. I was kind of scared of my identity because I knew I was ashamed of the things I had done. But when I became a man of God, I realized those things I went through was for me to be who I am. And when I found out my identity, I put it with my abilities. That means the talents that God gave me. God gave us all talents. He gave us all things. And it made me powerful. And that what V-Star Mill, man, I'm unpredictable. You don't know where I'm going to land in it. You don't know where I'm coming to tear down and open minds up. Somebody out of that whole gathering of people, somebody going to get it. If it's 2 or 3, it don't matter to me. Long as somebody get it and they can run with it and take it, you feel me? I'm not trying to keep the knowledge. I'm sharing it.
Spreading the
I'm
wealth.
spreading the wealth. I'm not no crab in the barrel. When one of the crabs get to the top of the barrel, I'm gonna pull them back down. I'm gonna push them out there. Cause get what? That one crab to get out gonna reach down and put a rope in and pull the rest of them out. That's what I'm trying to do, man. I'm trying to be a hero, man. Get behind me, man. You got talent, man. I'm trying to promote anything that got talent on them and they trying to get out these streets. Get out doing this evilness. Get out worshiping Satan. Stop letting them use y'all, man. Stop letting them use us. If black people just along my culture, if we start killing each other, I guarantee you the whole world would change.
Especially here in America. And we deal dark-skinned black people, we deal with genocide all over the world. But here in America, I think it's a little bit different because when you look at most of the murders, when it's black on black crime, dealing with murders, is by a gun, a bullet. It'll be, in my opinion, it'll be a little bit different if people were getting stabbed. If people were getting into fights and somebody fell out and hit the head on the concrete, died that away. But when we start shooting,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That changes the dynamics of everything because I never heard of an innocent person getting stabbed 50 feet away. You know what I'm saying? I never heard of somebody watching a fight and just died.
Yes.
But if you in the wrong place at the wrong time and bullets get to flying,
Yes.
everybody's life is in danger.
Exactly.
And I solely believe we gotta start talking more about the guns in our community, the illegal guns that's in our community that's plaguing us. We definitely got more time to talk about that at a later time though, but what I wanted to talk to you about more or less, because we getting on the latter side of this interview, let's talk about your music and the future of it and people you plan on working with. What project are you looking to release soon? We can see all of the stuff you have on Apple and Spotify, but what's coming out later this year?
I actually gonna do a world premiere video. It's gonna come out Father's Day. And actually this song is called Godly Men. And in this song is I'm just trying to reach back to all the real men, the godly men, man, and even the ones that want to change their life, to come on down to the altar with the rest of the men and become a man of God. Because that's what the power is. We all are sons of God. Don't let them fool you and take your purpose away from you. You know, I don't believe in all that religion. Religion is what somebody else trained to be or what they believe in. It's only one God, one ultimate power that works all up. So I'm not on no religion thing, and I'm not religion slandering, but I'm a son of God. So I don't call myself no Christian, but I do believe in the word of Jesus Christ and what they said about him. Because when I look at it, the most hated religion is Christianity, and I kind of understand why. Because look, we do it. Look at what the Christians do to each other. They talk about each other behind their back. They say they this, and then they lead the people out here to starve. They don't open their homes. We're not doing nothing that God loves. So it's like, I understand it. So I call myself a son of God. That's the power in me. That way give me my power. Because I'm a child of him. And we all are. So everybody needs to be saying they sons of God.
No denomination,
Yeah,
just
no
son of
denomination.
God. Son of God.
So
whatever helps you get through the day.
Yeah, what helps you get through the day. But the music, man, that's what I'm just aiming for. I'm just aiming to enlighten the world, bro. Just enlighten the world. Like Tupac, he enlightened the world a lot though. Even though whatever his disaster and how his tragedy and how his life ended, he still enlightened the world to a lot of things. He opened he opened a can of worms to a lot of things that were going on around us in our culture. So, you know, some people took it as a bad thing, some people took it as a good thing. People gonna judge you. Man, look what they did to Jesus Christ. So I'm prepared for whatever, because look what he went through. I ain't went through nothing yet. When I think about what they did to him and Jesus Christ, man, we the split image of him. So if people don't like it, that's cool. Guess what? That makes me go harder. The more hate gonna make me go harder, because really, they ain't doing that.
I
So
believe there's a huge audience that's waiting to hear what you have to offer in the music realm.
yeah.
Do you see yourself working with, like signing up and coming artists, working with some current artists in the industry? And
Yeah,
if so,
most definitely.
what's your plans for that?
Yeah, most definitely, man. I actually I am the crossover. I am the new face. And I speak that with my tongue, because I know what you speak with your tongue is powerful. I am a new face. Yeah, you're gonna see me doing a lot of features with main circle of artists. I've been around them, man. I got love. They got love for me, and that's when you see that, you already know, man. I mean, God is doing all this. He trending me. It's like you see trends be set. You see people just was here right there, and the next thing they gone, and that's how God works. You could be broke today and be rich tomorrow with God, or you could be rich today and broke
Yeah,
tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So it's all on what you put your energy into, all on what you set your heights to in your dream. But like I had already said, I launched my legacy. That's why I'm here right now doing this interview. So I already know. I already have took something off my bucket list, and that was leaving a legacy and starting something that I know God gives me. So, and I'm trying to reiterate that energy to other people. Don't be scared of your talents. Don't be scared to be who you is. Believe in your dream. It will manifest. If you believe in God, it might not happen right then and there, but you cannot give up on God. That's the whole point of what God is, the belief and faith. You can't see back then. They got to see what Jesus Christ did. Right now, we'll never see that. So you have to believe in that spiritually. So that's why I say spiritual guidance. Well, you got to see what Jesus and believe in God and what he said. We got more power over our destiny now just with our faith and our spiritual. And I got to keep tuning into that, because we are spirit. We are not flesh. The flesh is the outside here. What's inside of you. So I can't judge you how you look. I can't be mad at a white man or be mad at a Mexican or none of that kind of stuff. Because get what? In our reality, I'm their color too. Because spirit has no color. Remember that.
absolutely. I think everyone should write that down somewhere. The spirit has no color.
It don't, bro.
You know,
It don't.
are there any artists? So let's say, are there some artists out there you say, hey, look, V Storm can't work with that artist,
Man.
according to the type of music they make?
Nah, man, I'm not judgmental. I just look at that everybody has a chance to change and understand. I'm not saying that those people don't know God. I'm not saying that they don't love God. I just say let God use you too. Because I see a lot of them, they promote what they doing, but they promote what the devil got them doing. I don't see them promote and showing what God, going back and sowing seeds in your kingdom, sowing seeds into the youth. Especially our black culture. How we got all these millionaire artists. You got to think about it. Our music is the most popular music. All us making this money and stuff. It shouldn't be not one poverty black person on this planet struggling. If we
Word.
really were uplifting our culture, the other cultures stay 15 to a house.
I haven't seen a flock of people run to country music that's from other demographics,
Yeah.
reggaeton that's from hip hop. The sound of hip hop, the culture of hip hop has expanded all over the world,
Yeah.
and people embrace the culture as though it was their own. It is black culture.
Yeah.
That's black culture. It represents us, our community. But every community has accepted it. Now it's starting to get to the jungles of Africa,
Yeah.
and the snow plains of Russia.
Yeah.
There's somebody listening to hip hop
man,
right now
man,
as we
for
speak.
real, man. That's what we do, man. We create, we invent, man.
So you
day
consider
one.
yourself a hip hop gospel artist, a gospel artist? What genre, if you had to, like back in the days when they used to have the CDs in the stores and they had the hip hop lane aisle, the gospel music aisle. If your CD was in the store, what genre would they have to place that under? And what genre would you be good with it being placed under?
When I call myself a new genre.
A new
A
genre,
new
an,
genre,
alternative.
alternative, but I think my music can go in every genre.
That is
Because
because
I make that type of music. You might hear a song I be on it's country. You might hear a song that's rock and
I'm
roll.
hearing it.
You know,
You touching a lot of stuff.
I'm really diverse.
Yeah.
And I have no ceiling over me. God removed that ceiling.
You-
I'm wide open, bro. Like
you-
I'm a storm, bro.
Yeah. You're not straying away
unpredictable.
from the music, but
Yeah.
the lyrical content is fitting in the song selections that you have, the song remixes, your beat selections, all of that stuff is fitting. But then when you got the lyrics, which you're actually spitting, I think that's one of the most important things for you because when you look at it, y'all, we got some jet skis pulling up on us. When you look at it, man, I heard you rap over a DMX beat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I heard you rap over another beat I was just listening to a few minutes ago, man. Charge it to my brain and not my heart. You know, when you was taking your lyrics and putting it on these monumental songs and just turned them into, well, listen, I could take this at a concert with Young Jeezy.
Yeah.
Or I can take it to a church
Yeah.
with minister whoever big. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? It's kind of funny you saying that because people be like, you know, you something about the church. And I was like, what you mean by that? They was like, man, people that don't go to church, they can just pop your music in and they get their church service that day. Just listening to your music. And I never thought about it like that. And then I say, yeah, you're right. Because, see, you got to think about it. If rap music is so influential that it is, so we going out here doing what the music is saying, they killing each other, woo-woo. They doing it, they want to sell the drug, they think going to school being bad and you know, not doing their work and stuff make them successful. Because these are the type of songs that you listen to the lyrics, that's what them lyrics saying do. I was bad in school and I did this. You want to come in with me, you want to get in with me. I be telling them, man, you better come and get in with God. You know, that's who's gonna save you. Because get what? When that's gone, you can't take none of that with you.
No.
You can't take these cars, you can't take this jewelry, you can't take these clothes, you can't take none of that stuff with you. So stop worshiping it. You know, you gotta be careful what you worship. Period. And that's just it is, man. I ain't mad at nobody. I'm not coming against nobody. It's just me. And I'm gonna be boisterous. I'm not scared to be boisterous about certain things that I know that just ain't right, man. You know, at the same time, you know, I ain't gonna judge either. You know, I don't judge nobody, man. I love Jesus though. They from my hood. They from my streets. You know what I'm saying? I've been around a lot of them, man. I got love for them because you know they found their way out too. They found their way out, and they might not just be talking about God all the time, but they did find their way out. But once they understand how influential they really are too, because you think about a Young Jesus got on gospel too, and did a gospel song with a V Storm. Man, that's powerful.
Very.
A 2 Chainz with V Storm, you know, that's powerful. You know, and that way it going, man. Because see, we got to give them their church too.
And when that happens, they have to elevate.
Oh yeah.
They gotta meet you on a higher level and meet that challenge. Because see, where you going with this, I think it's the future of hip hop music. You see it right now with so many positive artists coming out, refusing to curse in their music, refusing to disrespect women in their music, refusing to allow themselves to participate in certain type of lingo and language that we would traditionally hear with hardcore rap, hip hop music. It's still hardcore, but we're selecting our words carefully that we're giving to the public. And artists, Lareezy coming out New Orleans.
Yeah,
a lot of artists right now.
Gospel artists, man. It's more than you think. It's just they've been keeping us,
Yes.
try to keep us under the table.
Yes, and I
Because
think
it's-
the independent industry is allowing those voices to be
Yes,
heard today
it
because the record labels can't suppress them anymore.
Yeah.
Those artists been out here.
Yeah.
They just been suppressed. And
That's because God is here. He said he was coming back. So you're gonna start seeing more things of what God said. You know, because that's what we really supposed to be doing. You see the world is crashing. You see what they doing. Don't be blind, people, especially my coaches. Just stop being so blind. They really on that light. They just ain't blind. They just don't have the courage to stand up. You gotta get something in you to make you want to stand up. And the only thing gonna make you be like that is God. That's why I don't like I am. I'm going hard about him. You feel me?
I wish we did
He give me
stand
that
up for
strength,
God.
man. You know what I'm saying? I get the Holy Ghost when I
Right.
talk about him. I get chills on my body because I think about that grace he gave me, man. I could have been dead 20-some years ago. I buried my son. I had to see my son laying in the casket. Somebody took his life, bro. I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing this, bro. And it's like, I might as well more for something, man. I'm gonna die for something. I might as well die for something real. And that I'm gonna die for G.O.D., man. I'm going hard about it. Why would you want to do something to me? Because I'm talking about God and trying to enlighten the people in the world. So anybody got any hate against me, man, I don't even care. I'm dead serious about what I'm trying to do and what I'm doing. And yeah, it is crossing over. The music is gonna cross over to that. We need to be doing that and enlightening the world with love.
Faster than what a lot of people think. Before we get out of here, I had a little bit of fun with you. We had the whole world is consumed right now. The music hip hop world is consuming this Drake, K-Dot, Kendrick beef they got going on. I don't really call it beef. I just say it's back and forth with dissing.
Yeah.
And I was having fun with you. I was like, man, when we gonna get a song about God dissing the devil? You know what I'm saying? And maybe somebody could get a little bit creative and say, hey, the devil got his, he got his diss song too.
Then, you know what?
And tell the truth about everything, man.
Yeah, that you know what's crazy about that situation is both of these guys are great lyricists.
Mm-hmm.
Great, can be bigger role models if they just even cross just a little bit. But when you listen to Kendrick will hit you with the history. You just gotta listen. But them going against each other, see, that's what they play us to do. They design us to kill out each other. Now you got two brothers that's going against each other for what? You're both wealthy. Y'all need to be putting your energy and time in something more better to do.
To be known as the best rapper.
To be known as the best anything. Ain't nobody better than God.
Thank you,
Ain't no
V
one
Stone.
bigger than God. So stop it. Just stop it. Just stop it, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm laughing because that's the mentality and the structure they have put in our mind frame to think. You know what I'm saying? Like,
none of them are more superior than our Lord Jesus Christ.
You got the kids that love them looking at this. Like, oh, this is how we supposed to do? Going to a battlement with him. We gonna battle. I'm battling with you. I'm mad at you. You ain't better than me. I got better shoes than you. I got better clothes than you. My mama and them more successful than your mama and them. Man, that is foolishness. And that's all the stuff that's been designed. It's called a trap. Trap, not just trapping drugs. We in a trap, bro. And we gotta realize it's time to crack that trap. Man, it's time for it to come and destroy all that. Tear it down, bro. Just like the love is broke. Tear it down and rebuild. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. We gotta clean the pond out, man.
We might need to go out and drain the hip hop swamp, get back in there and start putting real men in there to call people to the altar.
Yeah, man.
Get our kids to the altar.
Yeah.
Start promoting that because we got another,
If we want to raise up another powerful generation,
yes.
we got to do that.
Yes.
Because it's just we got to start it over.
These babies are internet babies.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's their God.
They want instant gratification.
This they God.
This they God, and we got to teach them better because if those things stop working, what can we turn to help us get out the bed, keep going and being strong? One more question before I get out of here with you, bro. Who inspires you? Who do you listen to? Is there multiple people? Who do you go to? Who is your mentor, if you do have one, that you can tell everybody, hey, listen, I want you all to go check this person out. I follow this person. Is there anybody like that in your life?
Man, to be honest with you, every artist in the world was my mentor.
Okay. Okay. You have any
So,
ministers,
so,
TD Jakes,
let me explain
Joel
it. Let me
Osteens?
explain why I say that.
Okay.
I told you I am the hip hop and the gospel, right? So I absorbed. I'm a sponge. I absorbed all that music I listened to. And I took the good music that I liked and listen to, and I listened to the bad and I liked too. And I transversed it and made it neutral.
There you go.
So all the artists is inspiring to me because God created them.
I like that.
If God didn't give them that talent,
I like
they
that.
never would have became that artist. And see, they gotta say that more to the world too.
Because your street gospel is growing. You know, you're in New Orleans right now, but I know you got things popping back in Georgia, you know, in Texas and Florida, these states you hitting with the street gospel. And I was just kind of curious, you know, what kind of flock you ran with, but you run with the music flock.
I run with the music. I am the hip hop with the gospel.
You represent that.
I just represent God, man.
There you go.
What I'm you might see me pull up at the same.
Man, you one of a kind.
Hey, yeah, I'm pulling up at the club, but I ain't enduring.
Right.
I don't even drink or smoke no more.
Right, but you in the club. You just chilling.
I'm in the club, man. They
you absorbing it.
They human. They living life.
And Jesus, back in the days, I'm sure they had clubs. Jesus stepped in.
Oh man,
they might not have been named clubs.
Come on, man.
But everybody had to go somewhere. Yeah, everybody had to go hang out somewhere, man. It's been fun hanging out with you. I know y'all probably heard all of the kids earlier. No, we didn't run them off. They actually was on a field trip. Yeah. We over here on the lakefront at the Miss Vanessa standing right here, the beautiful Miss Vanessa. What's the name of the spot again?
It's the lighthouse.
The lighthouse right here. So if y'all wondering where V-Storm is, we right here on the cone at the lighthouse. It's a museum. Yeah. Y'all come check it out, bro. Can you tell the people where to find you at on social media and on the streaming platforms?
Yeah, right now you can just go to my Instagram is versatile, spelled with a Y instead of I, _ AKA _ V-Storm. And you just go to my page right now, man, if you want to tune in and see what I got going on. And once you go there, you can get to some of my music, see some things that I got going on and everything. But I'm actually working on an album right now. And I got a world premiere video I'm gonna launch. Actually Father's Day weekend. I'm gonna launch this video, and I actually shot the video here in New Orleans. So all y'all New Orleans, boy, I represented, came all the way from the A, came right here. Y'all showed me real love, man. I love New Orleans, man. It's one of my favorite cities, man. And man, we doing it big, man. Godly men, man. Y'all look for it, man. All the real men. Just take a listen to what I said in that song, man. And
powerful song.
Powerful song, man. Let's just
is
remember,
it streaming
man,
now? They can listen to it now?
Not now. Now when I release the world premiere, they'll be able to get everything.
Okay.
And then, you know, I don't want them to think that that's my agenda. Man, I got so much different deliveries, man, and music. Like, y'all will get it. I got everything on top of even the world away music and the stuff that y'all like, man. And V-Storm everywhere, bro.
For sure, V-Storm.
Everywhere, bro.
The one and the only, the Messiah of hip-hop.
Original.
You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you taking out the time, bro. Come hanging out with me on a live line. Yes, we enjoyed it. We can't wait for the video drop. It's coming out Father's Day, world premiere. I'll be in the viewing audience. I kind of know what the video gonna already look like, seeing as though I was at the video shoot. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of fun out there, man, and y'all will enjoy this video. We got Miss Vanessa in the video with the flags. Yeah. So y'all could get excited. All of our people who, they saying it's half ratchet, half righteous. That's the thing. We need y'all in the audience, you know, because a lot of our people, they got God in their life. Amen. They just live in their life.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody got some Jesus in their life somewhere, and especially in our community, we choose how to worship when we want to worship. But this song that y'all gonna get on Father's Day can definitely be played in the clubs. Could be played at the family reunions, the parties, baby showers, especially if you want to have a positive music flow going on. You need V Storm, aka Versatile, on your playlist.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the time. We got to go, y'all. We hope y'all enjoyed the interview. If you need to watch more, hear more from us, make sure you go subscribe to our channel and also click the notification bell, right, V-Stone? So you can be notified every time we put something up. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you for coming down. This won't be the last time we have a sit down. We'll be back in a couple of months, bro.
No, definitely, man.
For sure. That's V-Storm, ladies and gentlemen.
Love y'all, man.
All right.
I know your love is real. God Almighty, God Almighty, God Almighty, God Almighty.